All right, friends, welcome to your daily horoscope for Sunday Funday, the 1st of September 2019. We've got a jam-packed day. We've got a light, airy kind of day on one sense as the moon is in Libra, right? We're looking at both sides of the coin. We're seeing that self and others, right? It's a big focus on others. What can I do for you, and how can we get along? How can my idea and your idea, can we work together to make something bigger than ourselves? As well as not just focus on myself, but I get to focus on you, and the things that are good for you are also good for me because it allows me to do something different, right? So we have a lot of Virgo energy still. Okay, check out the chart here. Venus is ahead of the game. Just about forming, coming up, this is just the start, but it's starting to form this T-square. What we love, what we want, what we desire is being a bit of challenged, saying, hey, you can get these things if you stay focused at them. And these, we have to expand. We have to expand. We have to make this very real. Venus starting to trine Saturn. They're going to come a little bit more focused tomorrow. It's like how do lobsters grow? That whole thing. Lobsters feel pain. The shell doesn't actually expand. Just the lobster does. So it starts to feel, confined within its shell, and it has to shed its shell to become very vulnerable, hide underneath a rock for a couple of days as it grows a new exoskeleton shell, right? Then it goes back out in the world and then gets bigger and bigger and bigger and becomes painful every time it needs to expand. So this expansion can be a bit painful, right? So when we're experiencing this, and that's why it's really important right now, if we've been cleansing, if we've been following any sort of a diet, to not fall back, if we've been letting go of any habits like smoking or drinking, if we've been cutting things out of our lives, it's important to stay focused on that when we start to feel a pain or a shift, to not go back into these old habits, right? So our this new life ahead of us that we're creating, will come with pain growths, growing pains rather. So that's a part of the journey. That's a part of the process. And to feel all of that leads to our expansion, all right? And we're leading with passion. We're leading with love. And today we've got Uranus making a perfect trine over to Mercury. So they're both at 6 degrees. Uranus is over here in Taurus, and then we've got Mercury over here home in its sign of Virgo. So again, things can be said, just kind of the eruption, right? That volcanic explosion. There's two sides to every coin. This can be like, oh my God, I love you and you love me, this is amazing. Or this can be like, I'm so sick of this, we're done. It can not necessarily just for relationships, but we're talking about the moon in Libra, which has to do with relationships and other people, 7th house. So this can be, again, a little bit of both ways, but definitely our communication is something to watch, to just be mindful of when that abruption kind of happens, just to be mindful of our words, to stay, centered that, hey, this other person has feelings too if it comes out in that abruption, to just be aware of again, those kind of daggers that we can be using to penetrate the auras of other people. Because it can go, again, both ways on a day like today. So, just coming back here for a quick minute. Now, a little bit later in the day, okay, the sun here is going to actually meet up with Mars. And they're going to travel together for the next several days. This is really exciting as Mars has been leading this game, okay? We've been leading with our warrior. He's been leading blind, creating his own path like we've been talking about for a few months. Let me just show you what's going on here. Watch as you'll see the next few days here. So here's the 2nd, okay, 9 degrees, 9 degrees. And then here's the 3rd, 10 degrees. And here's the 4th, still both. Now look, Mercury has passed them, all right, but 11 and 11. And then finally on the 5th, the sun pulls ahead. So for the next couple of days here, we've got the sun traveling together with Mars. So this is really important, as this is our hero and our warrior coming back together to join forces. And of course, Mercury, the planet of information, and our little compadre that's got all this cool ideas, and he's very home, very comfortable. This is like gadget land right now for Mercury. So it's just like connecting all the dots and putting it all together. And we have the whole team here, So it's this very exciting time as this, the hero or the sun self meets up with our warrior, and these two are traveling together in unison to make serious ground. And again, it's about being focused and about what we're giving, what services we're applying to other people. And that is the whole focus of this Virgo season. You know, what can we give to other people? And again, it's like deepening our spiritual connection with ourself and applying that to others over the next couple of days here, as the moon is going to be in Libra. So it's a nice, fun, like, you know, holiday weekend leading into Labor Day, as the moon still be in you know, we're joining together. It's like the gang's all together, and we're moving forward. We have this beautiful forward momentum, and get under the ground under our feet where we need to get going. Did I say that right? We're making a lot of ground. It's like we're finally there. We're finally seeing this light. We're finally getting more focused, finally allowing this path, like, okay, this is it. I'm making those definitive moves, right? No one's going to write on that whiteboard for us. It's up to us to make those decisions. And it's like we have all of the tools and the pieces of the puzzle to actually make those decisions. So add it to our awareness, you know. Have a happy Sunday fun day, and we'll see you tomorrow.